Welcome to Behind the Design with Jacqueline Green. I'm a marketing pro, entrepreneur, and mom of two. I blend my experiences in marketing, interior design, and education with a side of humor to help small business leaders grow their businesses. Get ready for some practical, expert tips from someone who knows the industry inside and out. Now let's jump in today's topic. Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about acquisition. So in our previous video, this is part 3. So in the previous video, part 1, we talked about awareness. How do you use the marketing funnel to create loyal clients? And we start with awareness. If they don't have awareness of your brand, you're not going to get anywhere, right? Okay, 2, consideration. How do we move them from awareness to consideration? Remember, in awareness, we never sell anything. We're just kind of letting them know we're here and what we have to offer. In consideration, this is where we're starting to drive that decision making. So now it's into acquisition time. We want them to purchase. How do we get that? What are the strategies behind getting them to purchase within our marketing? Now, I would like to tell you that there's some kind of magic formula. There's not, unfortunately. We aren't necessarily rational beings. And so understanding the client and the client's problem is really what helps drive that acquisition. That can be emotional, it could be a belief system that they have, it can be environmental factors. It's not always rational, but the more you know your client and your ideal client, the more you're able to move them into acquisition. So what are those strategies that we can use to get people to buy more? The first strategy we're going to talk about is creating that scarcity where I'm going to miss out on this if I don't purchase right away. We can do this with limited time offers or low inventory. The key here, though, is if you're going to play that urgency card, you want to make sure you're doing it in an ethical way. For instance, I know an organization that had that whole, hey, you have to purchase by this particular day, and if you don't purchase by this day, sorry, it'll be a whole year before you can get it. And it turned out that wasn't actually true. They'll just take your money. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is. So you want to make sure that you're doing it in an ethical way, because the last thing you want is your client to be like, wait a minute, you said that was the lowest price that I bought from you last week, and now you're offering it at a lower discount. Or you said it wasn't going to be available after that day I purchased, and now it's not. So if you're going to use the scarcity, urgency strategy, you want to make sure that it's done in an ethical way, because you certainly do not want to upset your client, because guess what? If you upset them in acquisition, they won't move to retention. Retention, loyalty, no. So be sure that if you're going to use that limited time offer, some sort of scarcity, urgency type strategy, that you're making them feel like they really are getting a good deal, that they really are getting the only option available, that this is limited time. You want them to feel good. Now, the second strategy you're going to use from consideration to acquisition is social influence. So social influence basically is, oh, this person's buying it, so I have to buy it. Or I see everybody, this is all over social media, so I definitely want to know what that's about. That's simple social influence. We've talked about it a little bit in the previous videos, because we use social proof and awareness and consideration primarily because we want to add those testimonials or review. The acquisition is also very important to use those. Because we are such social creatures, we want to do what other people are doing. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous because we all want to be individuals, yet we'll follow what other people are doing. It's a sheep thing. So here, we're using those testimonials and reviews. We're also going to be using popularity indicators, best value, most popular, bestseller, that sort of thing. You'll see that on Amazon all the time where it says bestseller. And that actually provokes your brain to think, oh, everybody else is buying this, is a good deal, I want to buy it too. The next one is celebrity or influencer endorsements. So if someone's out selling your product for you, whether through an affiliate or some sort of partnership, that also gives that social proof. Oh, well, I follow this person, love her podcast. If she's promoting this product, then obviously it's a great product. I need to buy it too. Now, the last one is publicity. You want to create publicity around to increase that purchasing. So this could be podcasts. It can be magazine articles. It can be ads. You want to make sure that you're using that publicity and that some of the text you did in awareness to drive home that purchasing decision. Now, the last strategy is a loss aversion. People don't want to lose out. And so you can kind of create that don't lose out mentality and play on their psychological emotions by giving a limited time offer. You can also do this with a free trial. Another thing is abandoned cart. So when someone goes through the purchasing and then they end up not purchasing, why is that? You can actually set up email series after they've abandoned their cart to remind them, hey, you left things in your cart. You want to get back there and buy those before we sell out. In the acquisition stage, there's a few things that I want to share with you to help you convert more people from consideration to acquisition. The first is making the process easy. You want to make the purchasing product as easy as can be. I had a friend that went to a car dealership. They had picked out the car. They had done everything online. They had talked to the dealership. All they had to do was come in, sign the paperwork. Well, 4 hours later, they were still sitting there. They were paying cash for the car. There was no reason for that. So you want to make your purchasing as easy as you can from beginning to end. One way we can do this is making sure that we aren't reinventing the wheel of how someone purchases. So if you have a product that you can buy online, you want to make sure the cart button is typically in the same place. The process in which someone goes is very familiar. You don't have to recreate it from someone else. You can actually cheat here and do it exactly the same way because it follows a rhythm that your brain becomes familiar with. Another thing, you want to have a clear call to action and you want to simplify the message. So when you're saying a purchase decision, you want them to purchase, be very clear in the language in which you use to move them. Make it as simple as possible. And the last one is reinforce your brand. When we reinforce our brand with warranties, guarantees, some sort of reassurance, this also tells the purchaser that, hey, this is okay. This is going to be okay. If I don't like it, I can return it. Or if I don't like it, here's the process. Make it really clear that you back up your products and services. And one more tip that I have for you is A/B testing. So when we look at messaging, A/B testing is we can test this headline or this headline. Which one responds better? Now, it's really important when you set up A/B testing is that you only change one element. So if you're testing out a language of the button someone clicks on, you want to test 2 options and then compare. Once you have determined which one works better, you use that and then you change a different element, maybe a headline with another headline. Same button, different headlines. So only do one or another. Don't do too many things within the A/B testing because you won't get clear results. So hit subscribe because in the next video, what I'm going to talk about is that retention point, that loyalty. How do we build loyal clients using a marketing funnel? So be sure to subscribe.